of Nigeria. Remain prayerful, calm, and accept this as God's will. What do you have to say to that?
Well, I'm very respectful to prominent Nigerians, especially church leaders, traditional rulers, and all that. And I remain very respectful to them. And I think they should be respected for what they represent in our society. But I disagree with them. What they're actually preaching is the problem of Nigeria. The problem of Nigeria is accepting wrongdoing, accepting what is unacceptable. That is using God's name in vain. That's not what God said. God said, do not use my name in vain. So what they're saying is not God's wish. It is not God's plan for Nigeria. So why don't we accept that the 133 million Nigerians who are poor is God's wish? Why don't we accept that 95 million Nigerians living in absolute poverty is God's wish? It is God's wish that we don't have electricity. It is God's wish that our children are kidnapped. It is God's wish that we have collapsed primary health care, leading us to be the country with the highest infant mortality. It is everything happening. It's God's way. Not so what God says. No. God's wish is when you do the right thing. And in the end, it is not. This election was predicated and planned. And we have clear laws about the conduct of the election. If it was followed, if this result were uploaded from the booth, polling unit, like they said, to the server and everything, we won't be here. We won't be talking about it. It would have been concluded in a matter of hours without anybody arguing about it. But it is not God's wish that you do the wrong thing. It is not God's wish that you go and rob a train and make money and start sharing it. It is not.
Delaying these tribunal matters in court. Why Nigerians are anxious, waiting for the verdict.
What we are seeing now, presently now, the delay.
Yes.
One, this is the failure of the judiciary,
yes,
and that is what is causing the delay.
Yeah.
The judiciary have failed Nigeria long ago. So what you are seeing now, that they are delaying it, they are trying to buy more time to see if there will be an escape route for them to probably maneuver the judgment. But unfortunately for them, this one is no longer business as usual.
Yes.
Because every Nigerian have come to understand that the judges used to collect bribe and judge in favor of the politician. But in this case, considering the suffering of the masses and of every Nigeria, even those that are saying that they should have patience with the president, they are still suffering. Forget about the few appointments or the few money they are getting. They are still suffering because no matter the amount you get from the government, it will finish. You go to market. And I even heard that they are talking about this fuel subsidy palliative also.
Palliative, yes.
You can imagine a country that they want to bring 5 billion naira for a state for palliative. How much is that 5 billion naira? It will not be more than 115 or 2,000 naira.
You as an individual, if they give you the palliative,
we don't need palliative. Go and fix the refinery. We don't need palliative. The way they are even talking about this palliative and the fuel subsidy and the refinery of Nigeria, it's like we cannot afford refinery in the country. Yeah. It's like the refinery is no-go area because you can't hear the government even saying that this refinery is going to work. What they are saying is palliative, how we can this one, that one is everything they are doing is pure rubbish. Yeah. In fact, Nigeria is run by lunatic. Yeah.
Give us your reaction, sir. A lot of Nigeria wants like military intervention. What happened in Nigeria should happen in Nigeria. Do you support?
I support. Why I support? Because the democracy that's supposed to be the best form of government has turned to become the worst form of government in Nigeria case.
Are you saying Tinubu is the worst?
Tinubu is the worst. I told people the first time that when Buhari will left and the next person will enter from APC, that they will see the worst. And we thought that in Buhari we have seen the worst. But in this Tinubu now, we have seen what is more than the worst. So I'm just praying and hoping that Nigeria should wake up. and took the destiny by their own hands.
So there should be a revolution. The youth, military should take over.
What we are waiting for is this tribunal judgment, which they are aware of.
All eyes on tribunal.
All eyes on there too, because the tribunal judgment will determine if this Nigeria will continue democracy or not.
What's your reaction on Nigeria, ECOWAS, and Nigeria as Tinubu, the chairman of ECOWAS?
Tinubu is the chairman of slavery. He's the chairman of slave, chief slave. You see people fighting for freedom, and you want to go and restore constitutional order. Eh? If you say those people enter through coup, you yourself, you did political coup. You plan with the INEC chairman, and you were announced against the wish of the people.
Yeah.
So Tinubu is not a Democrat. So he cannot stand that he wants democracy to continue in Niger. People that are fighting for their freedom. And you yourself, you want to go and fight. In whose interest? In the interest of France and US. It won't work because the Nigerian soldiers, they are not willing to die. And they are people's father. You can't just load them. Except Sheikh Tinubu will be in front. Then we will go, including myself. Sheikh Tinubu, his own son, will come.
We'll go and fight the war.
And we'll go and fight the war together.
So they should stop sending the Nigerian military to go and die for on no.
Nigerian military on no account should go to that war. Because the war is useless. We are going there to fight to restore constitutional order on the benefit of Nigeria or Niger. If you say democracy is the best form of government and you see the people of Niger are happy with what has happened, you should allow the people to choose their leader. If they say they want military to rule them, allow them, since it's democracy.
So is that, don't you think that will also inspire coup in Nigeria with what transpired in Burkina Faso, Guinea?
What inspire coup is not, what inspire coup is corruption. Where there is corruption, it is bound that coup will happen. And Nigeria will not be inevitable from coup. If this nonsense that they are doing continue, then definitely if the military refuse to overthrow them, then there will be a revolution.
There will be a revolution, a massive.
So there is no way this evil government can continue. It is either military takeover or there will be a revolution.
So you do not support the let's go back to palliative?
That one is no-go area at all. That one is like, as in, I don't know what these people take Nigerians for, as in foolish people or bad people. You understand?
Yes.
In a day, the damage just in a day that fuel subsidy is causing to Nigeria is more than 5 billion naira. A day, per state. Just a day, the damage and the punishment and the suffering is more than 5 billion naira. If you can borrow money and do other things, borrow money and fight Boko Haram, why don't you borrow money and fix the refinery? Yeah? But when it comes to refinery, and we are working on it, small time they come and announce January, keep giving the people hope as if we have fruits. As in, in fact, I'm tired.